Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. It's time to go drag racing, and we're going to do it right here at Durana Dragway. We're in Milan, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. I'm Ken Stout. That is Tommy Johnson Jr. sitting right alongside. We're going to bring you the fuel classes here today. This man has won in both of them, Top Fuel and Funny Car. We should have an exciting show here. Everybody dealing with just those 2 rounds of qualifying. But in Top Fuel, Scott Palmer came out here and did it again, man. Threw one down.
Yeah, Scott Palmer went out, won the race in Columbus just 2 weeks ago. Comes back out here last night, 388, right to the #1 spot. He's wanting to go back-to-back and win both of these first 2 races, and he's coming from the #1 spot. He's looking pretty good so far.
How about Mitch King? A personal best out of him. Car looked really good, and if he wins first round, he's going right to the final.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Scott's not going to have an easy road. You got Mitch King. He's got 2 cars. Scott's going to have to get by both of them if he wants to get to the final round and take the win.
So it should be fun to watch that. We'll see if he can double up here after, by the way, had been in the final here with the IHRA before, but came up a little bit short to Bruce Litton, so I'm sure he wants to redeem that one.
He'd like to get some revenge on that one. Get that Ironman and take it home from Milan, Michigan.
Right? So let's talk about Funny Car as well, because Del Worsham was the class of the field there. He and Creasy both had good runs, but Del Worsham really came out in that second session and put one together.
Yeah, the Funny Car struggled a little bit in qualifying on the top end of the racetrack. You can get him off start line, get him going, and Del was on a really good run last night and blew the tires off way down track. He's going to have to slow the clutch down on the top end of the racetrack to get it to the finish line under power, but the other guys are going to do the same. They're going to make the same changes and try to keep Del. He got runner-up in Columbus 2 weeks ago. He wanted that win. He's looking for it today.
Second event of the season for the fuel cars. Let's go racing. First pair here, Todd Barker and Del Worsham. Del Worsham qualifying #1. Put a 422 on the board, 235. And on the other side, Todd Barker. And you talked about Todd Barker out here with a different car.
Yeah, he had some struggles throughout qualifying, but it's a different chassis. In Columbus a couple weeks ago, chutes didn't come out. Todd went off the end of the track into the sand trap, and it bent the chassis. They repaired the front nose of the body, but had to switch to a different chassis and was able to find one very similar to what he had already, but just haven't quite got the tune-up figured out yet on this car and struggled throughout qualifying. And Del Worsham was made on some really good runs and came loose at the top end, so we'll see today if Del has figured out how much clutch to give it on the other end.
Del Worsham, one of the few people on the planet with championships at both Top Fuel and Funny Car, a 3-time champion, and of course a former IHRA champion to go along with that. Del Worsham just dead late right there and is going to get lucky here. Well, red, yeah, way red, sorry. Thought he was dead. Well, he was late, but he wasn't near as late as Todd was early.
Yeah, Todd Barker knew he had to do something. He was up against Del Worsham and had a huge performance advantage and took a shot, just got in there stage and left. Almost left before the tree even that was activated, but Del Worsham, 409. 307 miles per hour. I told you you're going to get the clutch figured out on the other end of the racetrack. Look at that thing, making a nice pass down through there, all the way through the finish line.
Congratulations, you will advance. And just a moment ago on the broadcast, Tommy said he's figuring it out. The other boys are in trouble. Do you feel that confident?
It was a good run. You know, the first couple runs, I felt a little bit bad not getting down the track on Friday night for all the fans right here. But that run there, we had 24 hours to think about it and got it all put together. And yeah, it was a great run. He kind of startled me when he went red, and I thought, man, I hope I'm not that late. I'm old, but I hope I'm not slow too. And either way, it's a great run. I appreciate everybody being out here. All the fans came back today. It's really nice to see a lot of people out here. And look forward to trying to get to the final here. Thank you.
Phenomenal run.
Bring up our next pair. We'll feature Dan Hicks and Dale Creasy. Dale Creasy Jr., of course, also a champion here with the IHRA, 2-time champ. 2006, 2007, was leading the points. 2008, unfortunately, had an accident with the drive line that caused severe injuries, was not able to finish that season, but came back a year later and has been driving ever since.
Yeah, Dan Hicks, they've been working on this car, updating it, putting all new parts on it. Runs this car as a fuel altered as well. Threw the Funny Car body on, come up here, and Dan, the fabricator at Taskus shop, so plenty familiar with funny cars. He builds them, so he ought to know what they are.
Creasy qualifying in the 2-hole. Put a 433 on the board. Dan Hicks not able to get to the other end under power. See if they can put one together here in round 1.
It'd be interesting. Dan said he was planning shutoffs in qualifying, but he didn't make the second run, so we'll see if he wants to take it all the way this time.
And you never know what's going to happen here. Creasy hits the tires, and how about that? Dan Hicks goes to the other end, 434 with an 8. Nicely done here for that team.
Yeah, you can see how happy they are. You know, that's the first full hit on that thing since all the updates they've made to it, and good job to them. And Creasy's car just blew him off the step of the throttle. I mean, we said earlier, they don't run them on paper. You got to come out here on the racetrack. Anything can happen. We saw it right there. Creasy was definitely the favorite car coming into that round, but got to get to the other end first, and Dan Hicks did it.
And as I recall, Creasy also hit the tires the second session of qualifying.
Yeah, they might have an issue that when you go back and figure out what's wrong before the next event, because that car, it hasn't been very consistent. It's been consistent, but it's been consistent the wrong way. Right there, it did exactly the same thing in qualifying. Tried to pedal it and catch it, but there's no way.
Number 3 and number 4 qualifiers. Jody Austin will be in the near lane, Jack White in the far lane. Love the cackle, love this stuff. Sights, sounds, smells. Jody Austin out of Aubrey, Texas, the Bushwhacker Racing Team. 2020, 2023, 24 Outlaw Fuel Altered Champ. Some great battles going on there. Very seasoned racer. And of course, he'll line up alongside Jack Wyatt. Behind the wheel of the White Devil. Named many years ago, back when he was racing alcohol.
I saw a picture of Jack in his Pinto funny car, White Devil, here a long time ago.
Wyatt hit the tire right off the back, gets back in the throttle, looks to drive back around him, and is going to get it done.
Yeah, about that.
It wasn't pretty, but it counts.
Yeah, Jack's car blowing the tires off right at the step. He'd given up. And he looked over and saw Jody having trouble in the other lane and said, "Oh, wait a minute, I can get there." You got to be careful doing that. These cars have to be pointed straight when you get back in the throttle. We talked about it before, how hard it is to just barely squeeze the throttle on these funny cars. You got to get those throttle blades open, so you got to smack it, kind of squeeze on it then and get it going. And Jack did a nice job. Something must have happened to Jody's car because he just never got back in the throttle. Jack's car blowed it off right at the hit. Something falling off the car. Oh, Jody's car made a move to the left. Pipes went wet. Jack right on down through there. I tell you what, you got to be going like, come on.
Something blew out of the car there for Jack.
Off. Yeah. He only gave it one little snap there, and that was it. That was good enough to get around him.
Okay, we have plenty more great racing action coming your way. Stay with us. We'll be right back here at Durana Dragway. Welcome back to Milan, Michigan. We're here at Durana Dragway with the IHRA. Let's go racing. Scott Palmer back in his top fuel car up after qualifying number 1 with a 388, went 293.
Palmer's not scared. Number 1 qualifier gets the choice. When do you want to go out on race day? You want to be first, second, third, fourth? Palmer says, get out of the way, I got this. Let me show you how it's done. I want to be first. Plus it gives these guys more time to work on the car between rounds.
Yeah, they put a new blower on that, as we talked about before, because he has a bye run here. And he thought, you know what, let's put the new blower on it. Let's see where we're at and get ready for round number 2. Oh, man. Car looked good there pretty early on. 0.866 at 60-foot time.
Yeah, left pretty good, and then I think it came loose out there just from the sound of the engine. It sounded like it revved up a little bit, so I'm going to say it spun the tires, and Scott did a really good job of catching it because you didn't even see the tire smoke if it did. So just by the sound of it, it sounded like it come loose. Track's all clean, and here we go.
Mitch King fires his up. He'll line up alongside Kyle Sattenstein. Mitch King qualifying number 2 with 4:03 at 283.
Yeah, Kyle had issues on one of the runs, had a leak, had to shut the car off on the first attempt, and only got that one run on the, what night was it? Friday night, I guess it was. Yeah, I went so many days here, but it's Friday night. They only got the one qualifying run, and able to just get down there and get a little bit of experience. You know, he has to be a little nervous come race day out here. That his first round of competition, and heart's probably pumping pretty good right now.
Muse sponsorship on the side of Kyle's car. L.A. King Confectionery on the side of Mitch King's car. La Kings. Ah, that smells wonderful. Top bulbs on. Top fuel, round 1. Here we go. Boy, yanked the front end up there for Kyle, and unfortunately laid over just after that. The win will go to Mitch King, who goes 5'11", 147. Unfortunately, did not make it to the stripe under power.
Kyle, in his first round of competition in top fuel, almost pulled off a nice big upset right there. Got the huge starting line advantage, 0.58 to Mitch, a little tardy, 1.35 off the starting line. Kyle was quicker in 60 foot. Kyle was quicker at 3.30. Then something happened to the car, it shut off early, and Mitch was able to drive around barely because something happened to his car towards the finish line. So, not the prettiest race, but man, Kyle was so close to pulling off the upset.
Let's go to KB up top.
Mitch King telling me just now he thought he had the sensation that he might have thrown the belt, but he said to me, you know what, I advanced, and that's all that matters.
That's right, that's right. We can fix it up for the next round. Got a little hot in there, had some sweat running down in my eyes. I don't know, I think I was late. I seen him out there for a little bit, and then he disappeared, so all we need is a wind light.
You had told me, I believe it was yesterday, that you've got 2 cars in the field and you're thinking of bringing a 3rd here this season.
Yeah, possibly so. The car that Spencer and Dale Cox drove to the championships, I still have it with a new front half. And so I got a couple other boys that want to drive. We might put a 3rd one together and help the field out.
Well, we'd love to see it. And thank you so much, Mitch. Congratulations, and we'll see you next round.
Chuck Lofton also with a personal best out here and qualifying. Qualified in the number 3 slot, went 4:45 at 212 miles per hour. Personal best at both ends of the track. Donnie Bender helping him out as well. Big John Miller, Jimmy Bernard, and of course Lex June, as we talked about on the other side.
Yeah, Chuck had a problem on his second qualifying run. Couldn't get the car to back up, so they had to shut him off. So he's only had one attempt at this track this weekend, but the good news is they have 2 Top Fuel cars and can share data.
Lex June, born in the Netherlands, capital city of Amsterdam. Gerda, his wife, we talked about being crew chief, has worked with Lance Larson, Rob Flynn, a couple of really good people along the way. Also Hall of Famer inductee Lee Beard. So some pretty big names here in the industry that she's had the luxury or the pleasure or the honor of working with. See if they've got that car in the window to go to the other end. Checks over with the competitor. It looks like both are good to go. Chuck Lofton on the other side, getting after it right at the starting line, but it's going to be Lex June that drives around him with that last stab of the throttle at the end. 468 is going to get the win by 0.06 of a second. An 0.66 light for Lex June, and he was chasing Chuck Lofton, who put an 0.44 on the board.
Boy, those 2 cars left the start line. I thought that's what we've been wanting right here. 2 side by side, nice straight right down the racetrack, and then all of a sudden they come loose and start having problems. But Gerda, she's going to. Oh, she owes her driver one on that one. He won that race. Out there pedaling it, do whatever he had to do to get to the finish line. You can see him go out there, spin the tires, pedals it. Chuck doing the same thing. He's pedaling it. Man, you hate doing that because it's hard on parts, but whatever it takes to get to the finish line first.
We saw Lex June and Scott Palmer line up side by side in qualifying, and a little bit of shenanigans going on there. It created some tension, and they will square off in the semifinals. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, I want to know who starts your car first. That's all I want to know.
And I have Lex June with me now, who will advance to the semifinals. Lex, you told me you blew the airline.
Yeah, we stopped the car here, and then I hear a big bang, and air started getting out of there somewhere, so we need to check that. But luckily it happened here and not on the track.
You were able to keep this car straight, but you did have to pedal it quite a bit there.
Well, it was not really straight, I believe. It was I felt it like I was driving a rally car. It was going sideways, but you know what? We never quit, kept my foot in. I need to win this round. I need to win this race. Next one on my list is Scott Palmer. I want to win this, so he's the next one.
You just told me off camera that you have some unfinished business there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, you know, Scott is a good guy, but, you know, he messed up basically my second qualifier, which I understand because it was not intentional, so that's all good. But it's kept me really motivated to beat him because of that I need to win every round. I don't have any buys, so it's tough, but, you know, tough doesn't scare me. We will get it done.
So tell me, when it comes to that semifinal, who's going to start their car first?
Semifinal? I know Scott will start first. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
That answers that, though.
Nice job, Kristen. She's not afraid. Good job. Yeah, we look forward to that in the semifinal.
Have we created a rivalry here all of a sudden?
I think Scott created it. We're just fanning the flames a little bit.
Well, what I was told, Scott was going to end it. That's good. They talked it out. They knew that there was some miscommunication there. So all good, but you don't want to see it happen again. So it'll be interesting. Second round's going to be interesting. I like it.
We've got a lot of racing still to go. You don't want to go anywhere. Stick with us. We'll be right back. You're watching the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at Durana Dragway. Let's go. To the other end he goes, 422, 309 mile per hour. So that is top speed for the event, 309.92.
Yeah, 422. Dale did the smart thing, just back the tune off a little bit. The racetrack is way hotter than what they saw out here earlier. Just get it down there, get some numbers, get some data. A little slow early. I mean, the 60-foot was a little slow, but ran really good out the back.
He's going to make him work for it. He's going to put a race car over there beside him. We'll see if he gets lane choice. Looks like he kept them all lit.
Yeah, right, straight down the middle. Car looks safe, just the easy run.
That'll bring up Jack White, Dan Hicks. If Hicks can make it to the final round, it will be the 99th different driver to race final and funny car.
I'm looking at the numbers on Dell's run, and there's something off about it. They said he red lighted. I watched him leave the start line. He did not red light. So I'm thinking it might have pulled out of the beams. That's why the 60-foot is so slow. That's why the ET's off. 309. That car ran way quicker than that.
Interesting call. The seasoned eyes of Tommy Johnson Jr.
Yeah, the back end numbers, they don't add up.
Doesn't
The
make
front
sense?
numbers, yeah,
Okay.
it just doesn't make sense.
Gotcha.
So there's something off. It's either rolled out of the beams, something got caught in the beam. It shows he red lighted, but visibly watching it, he did not red light.
Jack White in the near lane. Dan Hicks in the far lane.
I love the look of Dan's car. That's just a really good looking funny car.
First race. We'll see if he has the magic to get to the final round. Dan Hicks with a nice lap in the previous round. With 434, does have lane choice.
Going to the final round.
How about that? Congratulations, our 99th different driver and funny car to make it to a final round. 441, 289 miles per hour, 080 light. Just a nice job all the way through.
You know, you would never know that was the second full pass on that car. I mean, it looked nice and straight right down through there. Sounds great. Doing a great job. He's got great help over there, and you can tell that there's people on that team that know what's going on. Jack's car, he struggled with that all weekend. Just could not get the car hook up off the starting line and blew the tires off once again. But Dan Hicks, look at that thing, just straight. Hey, I'm just going to go on out here.
It never bobbled.
Nah, take it to the final round.
Dale Worsham advancing to the final via a bye, but on a 128-degree track. What kind of data did you collect?
We definitely from the first run was 115 to almost 130. We a couple adjustments. It was definitely a advantage to get a bye right then because we could push it a little bit and see what was out there. But based off what we learned at Columbus and then here, the car ran great. You know, for all our sponsors, Toyota CP, Mobile One, everybody out here. I'm just got back to the final. I really just want to finish where I started in Columbus and end up with a win here. So we're going to do our best.
Top speed of the weekend as well. Congratulations. We'll see you in the final, in a heated final. Dan, a little confusion down here on top end in regard to speeds and finishes, but you did get it done. You will advance to the finals and only the second time out in this car. What are the emotions?
Second full pass on this car. First event we have attended this. This is it. This is the first outing. We're going to the finals against Dale Worsham, legendary guy. I watched him my whole life, you know, most of it anyway. He's not that old. But respectfully waited for Jack in the pits, you know, give him some time to get their car fixed. You can always be that other guy. Maybe that's me someday. So we waited. We want to race somebody. And, man, Dom Lagana's turning the screws. Hey, right here. We're making the right decisions. And so far I haven't screwed it up. So my boys, Donovan and Blaine, my wife Karen, my brother Steve, we're getting it done. I mean, we're getting it done. We're kind of still putting the pieces together, you know, like tools and, you know, stuff. We're just not quite 100% there, but we're making the most of it. We're not totally new to this. You know, we've ran some good fuel altered races in the past, so we're not totally green, but this is the first time in a big show funny car, and we're in it to win it, fellas.
Dan, congratulations.
Whoa, yeah!
And guys, this is a car he painted himself. This is his baby.
We're going to take a quick break here. We've got a lot of drag racing yet to cover, so stay with us. It's the second stop of the 2025 IHRA Tour, and it brings us to Durana Dragway. Let's go racing. And welcome back once again as we are getting ready to run Top Fuel. It will be the semifinals. Mitch King will have a bye run into the final. Scott Palmer and Lex June will square off. We talked about these two in qualifying, had a bit of a moment. It was, by the way, welcome back to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. Kent out Tommy Johnson Jr., Kristen Beat, Kayla Zdell also helping us out. Kristen Banks could not make the rain out day here. Top Fuel coming up next. As we just documented, we're going to see who starts up first, because when it came to qualifying, the way we understood it was Scott Palmer had told one of either Lex or one of the crew members, hold on just a second. They had something that they needed to do. They thought it would take a little bit longer, but clearly that message was not relayed. They fired up anyway, so Mitch King is going to come up here first, we hear. At any rate, Scott Palmer had some things to take care of, and even he was antsy wanting to get up to the starting line, but it took him a little bit to do so, and Lex was sitting over there idling.
Yeah, they tried to communicate to Gerda that they needed to reset everything before they started the car, and she didn't get it, or somebody didn't tell them, and they went ahead and fired. And there was a pretty good difference in time when Lex had started his car.
You were talking about it right off the bat.
It was getting long. It was getting really long. And then Scott's guys didn't really realize how long it was taking. And like I talked to Scott earlier, and he says, you know, a couple of his guys couldn't make this race. There's regular guys, and so he had some guys come and helping. He goes, you take one of your guys that is always there and knows the routine and knows your program. You take that out of the picture, and it just throws everything off, you know. And it's one guy can screw up your whole routine, and it's kind of what happened. They got out of routine and hung Lex out a little bit there on the starting line a long time. But and even they had some words and talked about it, and Lex said, you know, they had a problem. Okay, we get it. So he explained it, but I don't think he forgot it. And we're going to see. He did state that Scott will start before he starts this time. So
yeah, we're going to see if that actually happens. And they are going to be the first pair, so it will not be Mitch King. So it'll be Scott Palmer and Lex June. And Lex talked about it. You know, being number one qualifier here was important because you had that first round bye run.
Yeah. Hey, Scott did fire first.
He's like, okay, I'll give you this one.
Well, I think he said, okay, I don't care. I'll start first. I'll start last.
They put that new blower on. Scott did not make it to the other end in his bye run. We'll find out how he does here. It's going to matter. He's going to go the other way.
Now Lex is having trouble. Go, Lex. Hey, you can see Lex telling him, we got to go. We got to go. So you know it's not intentional. This is never an issue.
But that's fate at work right there.
Yeah. Nice flex.
Short burnout.
Yeah, short the burnout up. He knows he's behind the schedule here a little bit. Get back to the starting line, so let's get ready to go.
The People's Champ lined up in the left lane.
What I saw first round was a lot of drop cylinders. The hotter conditions today, and just not having the fuel system quite right, and these guys dropping cylinders, knocking blower belts off the thing. So we'll see if they made the appropriate changes and keep it running on all 8 cylinders this time.
The Flying Dutchman, Lex June, in the far lane, has not made it to an IHRA final. Would be a big moment for him if he can do so. Of course, Scott Palmer, our last event winner, was in a final prior to that as well. I believe it was right here at Milan, if I'm not mistaken, where he came up short to Bruce Litton. Problem for Scott Palmer. Lex June will go to his first ever IHRA final. Crew extremely happy, and rightfully so. 478, 171.089 light for the Flying Dutchman. So not across the stripe, under power, but he's going to go to the final round against Mitch King.
Yeah, the car left okay. Got out there, and you could see it start spinning the tires and putting cylinders out on the top end. But Lex, he wants that win so bad. He just left it throttle down and get it to the finish line. He had no idea where Scott was at. Something must have broke on Scott's car. The fuel out of the cylinder right there. You see Lex's car haze the tires. Get it to the finish line.
Quick pedal job.
Watch it a little bit. I don't think he lifted. He probably smoked the
It
tires.
knocked some holes out.
Yeah, put a bunch of holes out and went to the finish line. So yeah, but Scott's car, you can see the raw fuel coming out of the pipe. So obviously something broke and shut the engine right off.
Lex June will now make his first ever IHRA final in the Top Fuel Dragster class. Lex, congratulations. Just a moment ago, I saw you sort of checking the car out. What were you looking for? Did you feel something on that run that didn't feel right, or just checking things over?
Yeah, the run went better, but we smoked the tires. I had to pedal it, and then we dropped a couple of cylinders. So I just wanted to see if you see any damage from the outside.
Lex, moving into this event, you brought on 2 new crew members,
Yep.
former members for John Force. It was a big investment not only into your program, but on bettering the team. Has that paid off for you?
Awesome. You see it? It's we are back in time. We made the turnaround. Car runs perfect. I'm over the moon. This is what it is. And thank you, IHRA, to make it possible to do the investment for me to get those crew on board, because it will win us races. At least it will win us rounds for now.
You said you had unfinished business. You took care of business. How good does it feel?
Yeah, great. Listen, Scott is a great guy. We love each other. We really do. But you know what? When we're on the track and the light turns green, it's either of us, and we both want to win. So I'm happy we could do this. We will climb in the championship. You know, at the end of the day, you want to win because that's why you're racing. So cool. But he's the coolest dude out here.
Lex, thank you so much. And guys, don't forget Lex June and his team partnering with Save22.vet. If you're a veteran at home and you're struggling, make sure you visit Save22.vet. And they bring former veterans out to the track. They can enjoy racing through diversion therapy. It's a really incredible program. Scott, trouble off the start for you.
Yeah, pretty much it sounds like, I thought it kind of threw the belt off at the hit. But I think what happened when I stepped on the gas, we got all these safety devices on here, and when I stepped on the gas, it either had pan pressure or something that shut that thing off immediately. So, you know, that's something we need, because we're running for 50 grand, and you have something go wrong that has pan pressure, and you oil the track down and make a mistake and cost yourself $100,000 trying to win 50. So all those safety devices save us drivers from ourselves, you know. So, and I'll tell you one thing, Daryl's putting on such a great series here that I can't thank him enough. And I want every single one of these racers to win one of these races. So it's not my turn this week.
Scott, thank you so much. He will be headed to Sturgis in a couple days from now to enjoy Bike Week, but for now, headed back to look at the data and analytics and hopefully get that car turned around by the next race.
Boy, the idle was really low on Mitch's car. I was listening to it come into the tower here and like, woo! You might want to get the idle up on that thing. Should go in reverse, no problem now. Like
Good point there. He will make his way to his 36th national event in Top Fuel. He's at his 36th national event in Top Fuel, and will advance to his second final here. Race 12 of them in funny car. Was at 7 events where he ran in Top Fuel and funny car at the same event. Just doesn't sound happy.
no, they didn't raise it, did it?
And a quick hit did not knock the tire off.
I'm not too sure that wasn't just a plan to pick the throttle and shut it off. It'd be interesting to see. Might have Chris to ask him, was that in the plan, or did something break? Belt come off? No, you didn't see any fuel out of the pipe, so I don't think the belt come off of it. So It just looked like he shut it off, and maybe he thought it was idling too low and shut it off. I don't know. It didn't appear to break anything.
Let's go to the top end with Kristen and see if she can get an answer from Mitch if that was planned.
Yeah, I was just talking to Mitch, and he told me that that session was planned. They were trying to get a gauge for that lane, knowing that moving into the final, they might be in that position. What did you learn?
Well, we learned a couple things, but I can't say because our competitors might be listening. But we think we got something for them in the final, and we're going to go for the throat.
In a session like this, how valuable is that added track time in a bye?
Well, that was important for us to get a good test on that lane and make sure it didn't smoke the tires at the hit with this temperature, because the next round is going to probably come up pretty quick. And we know we got a couple of good laps in the left lane, so we needed to check that right lane out, and either one they're going to put us in, we'll be happy with it.
Mitch, we'll see you in the final. Time to turn it around.
Stick with us here. We've got a lot of racing yet to cover, and you don't want to miss any of it. We'll be right back to Durana Dragway with the IHRA. Welcome back to Durana Dragway with the IHRA.
We are in the pits here with Beyond the Track with Kayla Zadell, and I am sitting here with Del Worsham, who is the #1 qualifier right now in Nitro Funny Car. And Del, I was just saying, you made it look like just riding a bicycle out there.
Yeah, I guess it kind of looks like that, but I did this for a lot of years, and I haven't really, I've dabbled a little bit the last 8 years, but I really haven't competed much. A couple of races here and there, and I was a little nervous getting back into it at Columbus. You know, I thought, man, it might take a couple runs to kind of get my feet beneath me, but feels like it's coming back, and I felt pretty comfortable yesterday in the car.
So tell everybody what you have been doing the last couple of years.
Oh my goodness, probably since about September 2018, I've mostly just been like tuning and crew chiefing and working with other teams like the Coletta teams or my own team, racing with Alexis DeJoria, you know, for 5 years. That was fun. And then raced with Sean Langdon for a few years, and then this whole thing just kind of, I was just going to kind of step back this year and catch my breath and spend some time with my family, which I did. And then this whole thing came along, and after I saw what Daryl and the IHRA, what they were putting together here, I thought, man, I could maybe go for this and support it and see what I can do to help this go.
And you are a former IHRA Funny Car champion, correct?
Sure. Yep. 1992 Funny Car champion. And actually the last IHRA race I won the 1995 World Nationals in Norwalk in Top Fuel and beat Doug Herbert in the final. And that was pretty exciting. So I definitely have some experience in IHRA.
Yeah, and you have a lot of experience, Del. I think you're being a little humble here.
Yeah, I've been doing this most of my life, so pretty lucky.
And a big part of your support system, I want to say, is your wife, Connie, because it is DC Motorsports. Tell us about her.
Yeah, Connie, she's, we've been married most of my life, probably like 26 years. She's a huge supporter of this, and I wasn't sure how this whole IHRA thing was going to kind of go with her, and coming out late at night and she adapted well. She liked it. She came to Columbus. She said, "Hey, I enjoyed myself. I'm going to come to Milan with you." So it's fun. It's nice to have her out here and have her involved and support it still. After being with me for 26 years, she'll still come, to Milan, Michigan or Columbus, Ohio, and support me. It's pretty nice of her. And my daughters are at home. They're both in school and working, and they want to be here, and they follow me nonstop. So the first race they can get to, they will. My mother, my sister, and my dad, all my sisters and my dad, they're following us also, and they want to know what time I'm running. And my sisters right away texted me and they said, "Hey, we're coming to a race. Give us your schedule." So I would suspect the next couple races you'll see my entire family out here.
And drag racing really is just one big family, so it's great to have that support system. And good luck today, and thanks for sitting down with me.
Okay, thank you guys very much.
Again, this is Beyond the Track with Kayla Zadell.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, there's no mistake about it. Dan Hicks is going to need Del Worsham to have trouble. Del's car has outperformed Dan by quite a big margin all day. So Dan needs Del to have an issue with smoke tires, have a drop a cylinder or something. So to have any realistic shot at this.
And we've seen it happen all day.
It's happened all day, and anything can happen. But Dan's car's running really well. I mean, like you said, a brand new car, everything's new. It's going down the racetrack. That's what's getting him wins. That's what he's got to do this time. He has to go down the racetrack one more time.
Yeah, just keep him honest, and it is what it is.
Yep.
434 in round one, 441 in round two. I mean, he's going to the stripe, and if he can get to the stripe again under power, it's going to force Dell to put together a decent one.
Yeah, what he wants to do is he don't want to be the guy that smokes the tires or has a problem. You've got to go down the racetrack if you have any shot at beating Dell Worsham this time, and Dell has to have a problem.
Dell's car set, ready to go. Dan Hicks in the near lane, Dell in the far lane. Top bulbs on, let's go. 50 grand on the line. Funny car. It took a long time, and they go side by side. Excellent job there and a great race. Nice job for Dan Hicks. It's not going to be enough this time. Dell will get the win here. An 076 light goes 408 at 315 miles per hour.
It was a little wait, but man, it was worth it. Good, solid race. Both cars, a little slow. I think Dell stuck her in there a little bit, probably, and a little soft just to make sure it went down the racetrack. But boy, what a great race. 408, 315. So we talked all weekend you need to get the top end of the track figured out to quit smoking the tires on the top end. He did. 315 in the final.
Yeah, and let's give Dan Hicks some love here, too. An 086 light, doing a good job driving. 932 at the 60-foot mark, 908 for Dell. So, I mean, the car was there. If Dell, we said it, if Dell stumbled at all there, Dan Hicks was there for the taking.
Dan did exactly what they needed to do. They had to go down the racetrack and hope Dell had a problem, and Dell didn't have a problem. Dell laid one down, 408, low ET of the event, top speed of the event, and a win.
Dell Worsham, you are the Nitro Funny Car winner. It took a little longer than we expected, but here you are from runner-up last event to winner this week. How does it feel?
Hey, it feels amazing. I was kind of bummed we didn't lose the last event. You know, we didn't win the last event, but it was a good race, and we had a great opponent. But this time, came here with just one thing in mind. Anything less than just a win was not going to be enough. Got to thank my sponsors first: Toyota, CP Carrillo, all them. Along with thank Darryl, Larry Morgan, Doug Fox, everybody, Fox Sports, everybody out there who just gave us. I'm really proud to take this trophy and win this race. Let me see this baby.
Yeah, look at it.
Haven't won one of these in 30 years. September of 1995 is my last IHRA win, so this is really special and really cool. Thank you guys. My wife's here. She suffered it out through the heat and the long days, and the crew did a great job, and they really wanted to win, and there it was. So what a good job everybody did. I appreciate it. These guys did an awesome job. When they showed up and I saw a pretty car, and they're like, hey, that's the guy that built your headers. Thank you.
Nice job, Dell. Thank you.
Guys.
Good job. Congrats to Dell on that third win in Funny Car. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. You're watching the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at Durana Dragway. Lex June fired up. Mitch King on the other side in the near lane. Whoever wins it will be a different winner in this category. 80th different winner in Top Fuel for the IHRA.
Lex had issues last time, came loose, dropping cylinders. Mitch King shut it off. Everything looked perfect, so we'll see who made the right decision.
Two great races. Lex popped his at the very end, but it won't matter because he's going to get the win. He'll have plenty of time to fix it up. The crowd goes crazy at the starting line. Nice job for Lex June. 052 light, doing his job as a driver at the starting line. And at the stripe goes 396, 289 miles per hour.
Yeah, Lex's car was on a really nice run going down through there and looked like it banged the blower right before the finish line and hung on just long enough to get the win. But really good job for that team. They struggled. We were waiting on them to get up here, and the wait was worth it. Lex's first win in the U.S.
Wow, excellent job. Career best for him over here as well in the IHRA. And the crowd ecstatic. So, yeah, it took a while, but all 4 cars down the track put on a nice show.
He's going to need that 50 grand. He's going to go buy some parts right now. It's hurt.
Yeah, they used it up.
Look at this.
Yes, congratulations, Lex June. You banged the blower here, but nonetheless, you guys got the win.
Whatever it takes, you know. And this is the good Lord who helped us out in this. It's unbelievable. Thank you, IHRA. Put this all in place. Thank you. And we will be back for more. Never quit.
And you guys didn't quit. You took some time in the pits to get everything together.
Yeah, we had some issues. But my crew, it's unbelievable. You see what the crew is doing? They get us the win. Save 22, veterans, you know, this is the deal. We need to help them. We need to save our veterans.
All right, I'm going to let you take your helmet off so I can ask you one more question. Here we go. Look at this beautiful trophy, guys, this Iron Man. As Lex is taking his helmet off here, and like I said, he banged the blower a bit, so what that means is he knocked it off and had a little bit of a fire up here, but nonetheless, he got the win and lived up to that motto, that never quit motto. These guys worked all the way up until the staging lanes, and Lex, what do you want to say now?
Well, I want to thank everybody who helped me out with this. Our sponsors, IHRA. I cannot mention that. It's unbelievable what they did. And thank you, Scott Palmer, because he was in help in this, no matter what, to put this all together. But I don't know, my wife,
yes,
ain't she bitching? It's like she did it. Yeah. And sure, I helped her with the driving aspect, but we did it together. So. Thank you to all my crew. Tim, you're an amazing guy. The rest of my crew, you know, those guys put it together. But I can tell you one thing, we had a couple of times this day that I really had the feeling that the good Lord was with me, because he pointed me every time in the right direction. And at a certain point there was a big, like, I don't know what it was, an animal that landed on my hand, and he looked at me and he flew off again. And you know what? Then I knew we would win this race. And I'm not going to church every week, and I'm not really like, I'm moving around like I'm an idiot, but I believe there is something up there. If we can help our veterans with that same token, that would be awesome.
All right, guys, well, Lex believes that he had a little divine intervention, and here's your Iron Man again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Guys.
Nothing sweeter than that first one. As anticipated, we had some great racing here today. Hope you enjoyed all the action. For Kristen Beat and Kristen Banks and my colleague Tommy Johnson Jr., I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the IHRA.